Do we need to play it now?
There's a rare isotope of hydrogen that gets us into heavy water.
It's the molecular structure of your DNA. It's basic organic chemistry.
I'm an alchemist, baby. I can turn heavy metal into gold. I can make an unstable compound of mercury explode. I can make you glow. I can make you phosphoresce. I can burst your bubble. I can make you effervesce. Science tells us love's a chemical reaction in the brain. So let me be your Bunsen burner. Let me be your naked flame. Burn, baby, burn. Let me be your Bunsen burner. Burn, baby, burn. Let me be your naked flame. Burn, baby, burn. Let me be your Bunsen burner. Burn, baby, burn. Let me be your naked flame. You're gonna turn bright red when I do my litmus test on you. I said it was, I said it is, and what I said is true. Check out what's in the test tube, baby. You're my little Bennetts. You're my favourite piece of apparatus in my chemistry set. Science tells us love's a chemical reaction in the brain. So let me be your Bunsen burner. Let me be your naked flame. Burn, baby, burn. Let me be your Bunsen burner. Burn, baby, burn. Let me be your naked flame. Burn, baby, burn. Let me be your Bunsen burner. Burn, baby, burn. Let me be your naked flame. Burn, baby, burn.
In order to achieve a faster, more sustainable reaction, we would obviously use some form of catalyst, or possibly a source of heat. For instance,
Burn, baby, burn.
the Bunsen burner.
You are the kind of carbon that I can date. You're the element that makes me passionate. There's a chemistry experiment I want to try in my brain, so come close to the Bunsen burner. Feel the heat of the naked flame. Science tells us love's a chemical reaction in the brain. So let me be your Bunsen burner. Let me be your naked flame. Burn, baby, burn. Let me be your Bunsen burner. Burn, baby, burn. Let me be your naked flame. Burn, baby, burn. Let me be your Bunsen burner. Burn, baby, burn. Let me be your naked flame. Burn, baby, burn. I know what I'm doing. I am a chemist. Burn, baby, burn. Now this is quite interesting. Burn, baby, burn. Have you tried covalent bonding? Burn, baby, burn. Well, try putting these two together.
That was absolutely brilliant. Would you be playing that one at Shepherd's Bush Empire?
Oh, yes, one of my hits. I've only got 2 hits.
You've got more than 2 hits. There's Really Free. There's Beware of the Flowers. There's
Now, Beware of the Flowers is actually the B-side of Really Free. Now, had I put that on the A-side as another single, there would have been 3 hits.
I classify it as 3. And also, I was going to ask you, do you consider yourself, because I think you're a bit of a virtuoso musician underneath it all, because you're brilliant on the theremin. You also play violin, don't you?
Yes, I was in the Aylesbury Youth Orchestra for a while.
Right. So it's a difficult question, really. What would you classify yourself as? Artist, entertainer, musician, actor? You seem to encompass all of it because you've got a movie out. There's a lot of acting going on embedded within the songs and the videos. So if you had to describe yourself, it's a very difficult question. What are you?
I'm Otway.
It's
funny, really. I mean, I think Otway is possibly, slightly separated from me in a sort of sense. I mean, the Otway that people see on stage is sort of a less boring version of me.
Heightened reality.
Yes, slightly. And No, I mean, I just always wanted to be a star, and I've tried everything. And I've been moderately good, micro star at everything, but not mega star at any.
Is it right to say that pre-Osbournes, many years ago, I seem to remember on ATV or something, a kind of a fly on the wall reality TV type show about you? Have I got that right?
No, ATV did a documentary on me in 1978. And I went to my hometown, and that was after Really Free, the first hit, and I, filled up the town centre with 20,000 fans, and I'm in the high spot of my career, really.
That was Aylesbury.
Aylesbury, yeah.
Oh, that was fantastic. And I remember the legendary performance on the Old Grey Whistle Test. And did Pete Townsend have something to do with the production of that or one of the other records?
No, Pete Townsend actually started producing us in 1972.
Wow.
And I pressed off my own record, which was actually quite an unusual thing to do at that time. And John Peel was playing it on Radio 1, and Pete Townsend liked it and offered to produce for me and Willie. So Pete Townsend produced 4 tracks on our first album.
Oh, brilliant. And is Wild Willie Barrett making an appearance?
Oh, yes. I'm doing the first half with Wild Willie Barrett.
Fantastic.
And of course, the first hit comes in the first set with Wild Willie Barrett. And I'm doing the second set with the band, because the second hit was a band hit, which was Bunsen Burner.
But you also do parodies of other people's classics. The House of the Rising Sun, I think, is absolutely hilarious. How did you manage to teach the audience the lines that they shout out? Because it's audience participation, but they instigate it and you participate with the audience saying it first. How did you manage to wangle that?
I can't actually remember how that started. I mean, the thing is, it wasn't unusual for people to heckle during my shows, but those ones sort of, I think, just
they heckle in unison. They heckle in unison and in rhythm.
What we did when we were looking for that second hit, Bunsen Burner, for the B-side, because people had been heckling, we booked Abbey Road Studios and invited anyone that wanted to heckle to come to the studio, and 1,000 hecklers turned up. And we credited them all as backing vocalists, right, on the hit single, which meant, of course, when the single came out, because they were credited as a backing vocalist that had recorded at Abbey Road Studios, they not only bought a copy for themselves, they bought one for their mum as well, which was probably the difference between, being a top 10 hit and a top 20 hit.
Of the Rising Sun. Oh, you sent that fire. I'll tell you what, folks, why don't we play Beware of the Flowers, and I promise you I'll play you House of the Rising Sun next. Thank you, John.
Okay, let's make this the big one, front line. Look out, baby, look out, pet. Here's the kid that's gonna get the blues when you go away. I'm on fire 'cause I'm in love with a girl who's not the girl she was when I was out with her. I saw you in the garden, baby. You look so debonair. Beware of the flowers, 'cause I'm sure they're gonna get you, yeah. I won't try to say goodbye, baby, I'll just kick myself inside. I really wanted to go home. You might say that today was the very last time you walked this way. Don't tell him on your own. Well, I'd tell him where to go to, baby, but you know I wouldn't dare. Beware of the flowers, 'cause I'm sure they're gonna get you, yeah. agree, disapprove, baby. They all said that it was me that went out interviewed. How can you be so sure, baby, when the love shines, it's pure? It's the light that shines on us. Well, I know someone who loves you, baby, and I know he really cares. Beware of the flowers, 'cause I'm sure they're gonna get you, yeah.
Absolutely brilliant, superb. I think technically you had 3 hits. A lot of people perceive that as a hit because it was played on the radio a lot.
I know. I mean, it was. I mean, if you have to sort of like do what are the biggest mistakes of my career, I think probably one a lot of people would regard the biggest one was putting "Beware of the Flowers" on the B side of "Really Free."
No, and the song, if I remember rightly, it was Body Talk.
That's right. Yeah.
Is there any chance that we can play Body Talk on Louder Than War Radio? Freak Party Seamus?
There's most definitely is, and we can do it right now. I was about to. Yeah, why not? Why not? If you ask,
of course, I write for Rick Mail, so we've got something in common there.
Let's have a listen then to the song from The Young Ones.
Hello, let me introduce myself. I am God. You didn't expect me to be a woman now, did you?
Welcome to your Jetset Homes show house. Yes, what a great house it is. And we don't need to use some old actor flying upside down in a helicopter to sell you a Jetset home. Because Jetset Homes are great. Oh, they're crazy, you know? You get furniture with the emphasis on comedy. It's zany, it's crazy, it's wild. It's the wackiest house on television. Why, if it isn't so, may God strike me dead.
The way that you run and the way that you walk is all body talk. The way you move your hips and the way that your lips hold your cigarettes. If you're gonna laugh, if you're gonna cry, oh honey, you're giving away with your body talk. Every time you breathe and every time you sneeze, body talk. If you're having a good time or just plain bored or undecided. If you're thinking of me passionately, I can see by body talk. Can you hear my body talking? Can you hear my body talking? Can you hear my body shouting? I'm making so much noise with my body.
I'll bloody well make his body talk in a minute.
Almost Chaplin-esque, I think.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that in years. It's,
You've got 2 very different formats. Well, you've got many different formats. When you do the Shepherd's Bush Empire, which is on the 2nd of April, thoroughly looking forward to it. Will it hurting yourself?
Okay, well, here on Louder Than War Radio, we have Willie's Headbutts.
Saw a band called Shaking Spear. I gave the singer the old King Lear. Where hast thou been? He spat. I went, oi mate, stitch that. I'll give him headbutts. Give him headbutts. Give him headbutts. Give it headbutts. I'll give it headbutts. Dum 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 dum. Come on, I am dum 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 dum.
Last verse.
Come on. Got involved in a head-on collision with a tanker driver that wondered what hit him. I went through my windscreen, through his windscreen, and might have been another one in between. And I'll give him a headbutt. I'll give it headbutts. I'll give it headbutts. I'll give it headbutts. I'll give it headbutts. Come on, another verse. Met this fella really into sport, fifth dan karate, you know the sort.
George, you give him headbutts?
Yeah. Just like that. I'll give him headbutts. I'll give him head, I can't whistle. I'll give him headbutts. I'll give him headbutts. Come on, give him headbutts. Good night.
That was amazing.
Yeah. I do like the fact that there's a really good record as well. There's a good recorded version of that. It's almost sort of punky industrial sound, but the way that it converts into a double act, sort of tragic comedy really. It's
From the amazing John Otway, live on Louder Than War Radio.
Call it the rising sun. What's it been? Well, it's been the ruin of many a poor boy. How do you know? Ah, well, God, I know. I'm one. My mother, she was a tailor. She sewed my new blue jeans. Yes, no, my father, he was a gambling man. Down in New Orleans. What's the only thing a gambler needs? Now, the only thing that a gambler needs is a suitcase and a trunk. That's two things. The only time he ever feels satisfied is when he's all a drunk. So mothers, tell your children not to do what I've done. Spend your lives in sin and misery in the house of the rising sun. Your foot. And where's your other foot? And where are you going? And what are you going to wear?
Well,
amazing.
a fine mixture of brilliant musicianship and comedy, which I think we'll probably see a lot of at Shepherd's Bush Empire on the 2nd of April. Thoroughly looking forward to it. And I'm really hoping, John, because you do pastiches of 2 glam rock tracks that I know of. I classify the Osmonds' Crazy Horses as the Osmonds' one glam rock track. And you're very theremoniacal with that one. And then you do some crazy things with Sweet's Blockbuster. Will you be...
Not many guitarists have got one of these. In fact, a lot of guitarists don't even know what one of these is called. It's a 12-string. You might wonder why I have one. I think it's a really interesting story. I was born left-handed. Right? But the first
It looks better than it sounds.
That was a violin. You might not know this, but it is actually illegal to play left-handed violin. That is because if you join an orchestra, the bow can go in the other person's eye. So, you look at an orchestra, you look at the London Philharmonic, how many of them are doing that? They're all doing that, right? So, when I got a guitar, because I did that. But years later, found I could do that just as badly. So, I got one of these. You might wonder what it does. It does an old Sweet song called Blockbuster. Yeah. Blockbuster's brilliant. You can actually do the whole song using just 2 chords. This one and this one. You better beware. You better take care. Look, you better watch out if you've got long black hair. Now, that look in his eyes. Don't be surprised if you can't see what's going on behind his disguise. Nobody knows where Buster goes. No, he'll steal your woman out from under your nose. Now, does anyone know the way? We just haven't got a clue what to do. Hang on, did I hear someone say we just haven't got a clue what to do? The cops are out. They're running about. They don't know if they can block Buster out. No, he's got to be caught. No, he's got to be caught. Look, he's far more evil than anyone here ever thought. Now, does anyone know the way? There's got to be a way. Yes, there's got to be a way. To show this quickly, when we were trying to come up for a title for my movie, Deadly the Roadie suggested this one, Cat Out of Hell. Didn't use it.
Absolutely brilliant. You know, that's quite a dark record. It came out in 1973 on RCA, and at that point in time, it's just a little factoid that Ted Bundy was on the loose and intimidating people with long black hair. And there was a comedic element to that, which got Sweet into quite a lot of trouble on Christmas Day. I don't know whether you know about that one, John.
No.
Could be bad taste going into it, really. But I think that Steve Priest, the bass player, was dressed as a female Nazi officer. He'd raided the costume department. Oh, and he had one of those, let's call it a Charlie Chaplin stuff, just because we want to be tasteful on Mike Bennett's Freak Party, Louder Than War Radio. I do love Crazy Horses, and I hope that these 2 glam opuses make the show at Shepherd's Bush Empire on the 2nd of April. We would be crazy not to attend that one. And without any further ado, this is John Otway performing with theremin, the Osmonds' Crazy Horses. Here we go.
Crazy Horses.
Jimmy Osmond, no, he wasn't in the band. Donny Osmond didn't sing the original because his balls dropped. Thought I'd throw it in.
Done in 5 minutes. It's an Osmond song.
Which one is it? Which one?
Coming in the air, we come from crazy horses fighting everywhere. It's a warning song every time you gotta stop those crazy horses on the run. What a show! There they go, smoking up the sky, yeah. Crazy horses and their riders and you and I. Crazy horses, crazy horses. Well, they never stop. They never die, they just keep on pumping how they float the sky. Crazy horses, will they ever hope? They just keep on moving and it's all our fault. What a show! There they go, smoking up the sky, yeah. Crazy horses and their riders and you and I. Crazy horses, crazy horses, crazy horses, crazy horses. Absolutely brilliant. That was Crazy Horses, the John Otway version in his inimitable, unique style. But John, there is a very serious side to you as well. And one track that I always loved was called Geneva. And it seemed to have a massive sound and almost certainly a big orchestral anthemic piece of work. What's the story behind that? Because I absolutely adore the track.
Oh, I mean, there was a...
Forward to turning up, and there it is, advertised there. No, that's a different gig altogether.
Oh, that was from that'll be from 1978.
Shall we listen to it?
Yes.
Oh.
Can you introduce it?
Geneva, take her to yourself and watch her while she rests. She talks of you as home. I'll try to get to her somehow. While in your arms she lies, I hope she will not feel alone. And I, for the many things I've done, carry on and play the same songs, 'cause I never knew a better way of loving, do you? For she is so young, and my dreams will see me playing for the screaming ladies of Los Angeles. And when I decided that would be my stage, I was her age. I remember that was a tender time for me. Geneva, Easter's been and gone, and fate has played its hand, and I am on my own. But warm is the hand that holds my arm, and always leads me on, so I never can stay long. So smile, and I'll see you in a while, as a tourist and a child, but not a loser. For you, new love is a very much harder thing to have. For I am still young, and it's true that I don't forget, and I don't regret, and I ain't going to. And as I wipe away all the traces of Lisa blues, it is my shoes that walk across the stage for the applause. Oh, oh. Geneva, take her to yourself and watch her while she rests, 'cause she talks of you as home.
Absolutely magnificent, magnificent. You're a living legend.
Oh, thank you.
It's John Otway and Wild Willie Barrett performing on the BBC. We know that much. Really free.
I'm not at all sure that the world is ready for the next act. It's John Otway and Wild Willie.
Well, I wake up in the morning. Tell me, baby, what do you see? I see my true love, and she walks up and she kisses me. I say, "Cool, baby, that's really free." I go walking down to your house. Tell me, baby, is it good for me? Your mom and pa, they just wanna kick me. I say, "Cool, baby, that's really free." Oh, really free, really free, really, really, really free. Kick me. I tried talking to your mama. Oh no, what's wrong with me? Every time I go near your baby, you say, "Cool, baby, that's really free." I try singing in the bathroom. Come here, honey, with the heat on me. Every time you move towards my body, I say, "Cool, baby, that's really free." I'm really free, really free, really, really, really free. Take me. So I wake up in the morning. Tell me, baby, what do you see? I see my true love and she walks up and she kisses me. I say, "Come on, baby, that's really free." I go walking down to your house. Baby, baby, is it good for me? Your mom and pa, they just want to kick me. I say, "Come on, baby, that's really free." Oh, really? Really free. Really, really, really free. Take me.
John Otway and Wild Willie for you. Wrecking the place again.
Absolutely fantastic. Are there any plans to do any re-releases prior to, well, it wouldn't be prior to the Shepherd's Bush Empire, but is that being recorded? And are there any plans for any future recordings or back catalogue recordings?
Yeah, I mean, it's coming up to my 70th birthday. We had the hit for my 50th, the movie for my 60th. So I ought to do something to celebrate Otway being 70. So yes, hopefully, yes.
So what you have the whole back catalogue coming out, and you are recording and filming Shepherd's Bush.
Yeah, we're recording and filming Shepherd's Bush for for posterity. I have tried to sort of like document everything I've ever done because I think it's important.
Much for being on Freak Party, Louder Than War, and really look forward to the 2nd of April at the Shepherd's Bush, which is this coming Saturday. Thank you very much, John.
No, it's brilliant. Cheers.
So it's absolutely amazing that you actually have a 5,000 sellout like venue. And you're approaching your 70th birthday. That's how much of a legend you are. Like in Shepherd's Bush Empire on the 2nd of April, people go to it. If you don't have a ticket, I don't know, jump somebody going in and take their ticket.
Is there a website or a link that we need to share?
Don't worry, all links to both the concerts and to the website will be shared. I have everything ready, and best of luck to you and Wilco Johnson. And I hope it really, really turns out.
Wilco Johnson was from.
You can get them actually. You can get them also. Sorry for intruding, Mick. You can, Mike. You can also get them at www.johnotway.com /gigs, and that's it. You'll get them.
We will be sharing it. So.
Yes.
Thanks very much for being on Mike Bennett's Freak Party, Louder Than War Radio. See you on the 2nd of April.
See you on Saturday.
We'll be all there. That's the place to be.